Welcome to your Yin Yoga practice. I'm here in the sand dunes at Cabo Polonio, which is one of my new favorite places in the world. And we're going to do a Yin Yoga practice with a really strong intention of tending to our inner landscape. So this is really what all yoga is about. It's about moving from the external world, pravritti, attention out, where we spend most of our energy is focused on the external world, on our careers, our jobs, our houses, our relationships. And how much time do we really spend focused on the internal world? And so this is why I love Yin Yoga, is because it really gives us the time and the space to slow down, to tune in, to cut off all distractions. Practicing pratyahara. So for today's practice, I have 2 pillows. If you have a bolster, that will be great. 2 pillows from your bed will be perfect. And I'll get you to just lay these pillows lengthways across the back of your mat. And we're going to come down and lie sideways over the pillows. So you want your rib cage, your nipples, to be lining up with the middle of your pillows. And I'm on my right side. No, I'm on my left side. So coming down onto the left bicep and reaching the right arm up and overhead. And if it's possible, go ahead and extend your 2 legs long. If this is a little wobbly, you can just split the legs. And so we're getting a nice gentle stretch down the left side of the body and the right side of the body, helping to open the intercostal muscles and the muscles between the ribs. And when we give a little more space for these intercostal muscles, a little more space for the rib cage, it allows us to breathe a bit deeper. And when we're able to breathe a bit deeper, we're able to be just a little bit more fully present with our life. We can harness the medicine of the breath that may not have been fully available. And so as you arrive into the shape, and take as long as you need to get nice and comfy, maybe you're adding or removing pillows to find your sweet spot. I then invite you to close down your eyes. And let's really dip our attention deeply into our internal world. And so that might look like paying attention to your breath, paying attention to the sensations in your body, without needing to get into any stories about anything, without needing to analyze, judge. Practicing feeling rather than thinking. And absolutely, the mind is going to wander. And so let me be your guide to help you keep coming back to yourself, back to sensation, back to your internal world. Today, the internal world might be feeling a bit uncomfortable. There might be uncomfortable feelings present, uncomfortable sensations present. But what the philosophy of yoga asks us to do is to be present with it all. The good, the bad, the ugly. And with the power of our attention, with the power of our presence, we're able to alchemize whatever stickiness might be there. Feel it to let it go. Feel it to heal it. Let's take one more deep breath in here. A big sigh out. And from here, we're just going to roll onto our backs. So I'm just going to scooch forward a touch so that I've got the middle of the cushions lining up right underneath my heart. Open the arms out wide, and we're in this supported fish pose now. Make sure that the back of your head can feel the floor, can rest on the floor. So that might involve grabbing another cushion for your head. And please take your time to make this position feel really sweet and really comfortable in your body. Let the eyes close down. Or if that's uncomfortable for you, just have a soft gaze. Clocking out from the external, from pravriti, so that we can become firmly established in nivritti. So come back to the sensations of your breath. Noticing how your breath is a little cooler as it flows in, a little warmer as it flows out. Notice if you can clock whether you're breathing more through left or right nostril, through your solar or your lunar channel, Ida or Pingala Nadi. See if you can bring your breath a little bit lower and a little bit slower. Using the breath to massage the ribs, to massage the belly. If you're holding any tension anywhere in the body at all, it might be in the jaw, it might be in the hips, it might be in the ankles, feet, hands, wrists. See if you can just let it all go. Allowing yourself to soften even more into your mat, into your body, into the experience. Let's take one more deep breath in. And a big sigh out. And from here, I'll get you to just roll over onto your right side. So you have the pillows propping you up on the right. I'm going to sit up and spin around so I can keep my eyes on you. And so again, you might be resting on the bicep, or you might feel more comfortable to rest a block or some kind of prop underneath your head. And then we'll reach the left arm all the way up overhead, left hand to meet the right hand. 2 feet are stacked, or if you feel a little wobbly, feel free to stagger. Tinkering around with your position so that you can find something that feels really sweet. Helping to carve some space through those intercostal muscles. Creating that space to breathe. Then let's bring the attention back to the breath. Coming back into presence, back into body. And back to sensation. And something that yogic philosophy has also long recognized is that all suffering comes from the mind. And there have been studies done as well showing that suffering does come from the wandering mind. Unhappiness comes from the wandering mind. And so the mind will wander, but let's do our best to continue to come back to presence. Feel the sensation of the earth beneath you. Of the air on your skin, the clothes on your skin. Taking one more deep breath in. And a big sigh out to let it go. You can use the hands to push yourself up to a seated position. Let me just wipe the sand off my body. And we're just going to swivel the mat so that the pillows, so they're now long ways. If that's a bolster, that's perfect. And bring your sacrum up against the bolster, bringing the knees to the mat so their feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to walk the hands around to the left and keep walking the hands around until you're framing your pillows, your bolster, whatever props you've got. And then from here, we're going to come to recline over the bolster, turning gaze to the left. And if you can, rest your left cheek on the props. I like to bring the hands a little wider so that the elbows can rest down, and bring the elbows a little wider so that the shoulders can rest down. Propping yourself up with more props or less props, just depending on what feels good. So we're finishing off with a twist today, nourishing the spine. With these really long, deep, nourishing postures, this is an ultimate way to build ojas. And ojas is an Ayurvedic word, a Sanskrit word, Ayurvedic concept, speaking to our inner vitality, our immunity, our happiness. It's this like nectar of life that we're all really in a lot more need of. And the best way to grow it, the best way to build it is by deep nourishment and deep rest. Yin yoga is a favorite for me. A favorite and non-negotiable self-care practice. And so giving you a little bit of space from my voice, keep coming back to sensation, back to breath. One more deep breath in. A big sigh out. Pressing the hands to the mat, walking all the way back around the way you came. So we're now walking to the right, bringing knees back up to center. Let the knees knock down to the right as the hands walk around to the right. And we're just swapping sides. So bringing your hands to frame your prop and bring your left cheek down onto the props. I'm going to just turn my face this way for the sake of the video. Closing down the eyes. And returning to what's present here, now, and in your body. To become firmly established in Nivriti, the path of internal being. We've got the rest of the day to focus on external being. See if you can relax your jaw a little more, the edges of the face. Relaxing the neck, the shoulders, the belly, hips, the fingers and the toes. Taking one more deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Slowly begin to press your hands into the mat, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. If this is you done for the day, take a couple of minutes in Shavasana to rebound and let that all settle in. Otherwise, if you're moving on to the next practice, enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this has felt amazing in your body.